ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। Reading from Canto 10, Chapter 90, entitled Summary of Lord Krishna's Glories. We are reading from 15, 16, 17, some many texts are there. We will recite text 16, 1, 6. Right, 16. नेत्रे निमिलायसी नक्तम् अदृष्टं बन्धु त्वं रोरविषि करुणं बटां चक्रवाकीं दास्यं गता वयं निवां अच्युतं पादं जुष्टां किं वां स्पृहसे कवरेण बोधुं नेत्रे निमीलयसि नक्तं अदृष्टबन्धो त्वं रोरविषिकर्णं बत चक्रवाकीम् दास्यं गतवयं इवाच्युतपादजुष्टम् किं वा सृजं स्पृहयसे कवरेण वोढुम् नेत्रे निमीलयसि नक्तं अदृष्टबन्धु तं रोरवीशिकर्णं बत चक्रवाकीम् दास्यं गतवयं इवाच्युतपादजुष्टम् किं वा सृजं स्पृहयसे कवरेण वोढुम् नेत्रे निमीलयसि नक्तं अदृष्टबन्धु त्वं रोरवीशिकर्णं बत चक्रवाकीम् दास्यं गतवयं इवाच्युतपादजुष्टम् किं वा सृजं स्पृहयसे कवरेण वोढुम्. Kindly recite. Matajis. Yeah, we'll read from the purport of 15 to almost 19, all the text 15. The queen said, O Kurari bird, you are lamenting now it is night, and somewhere in this world the Supreme Lord is asleep in a hidden place. But you are wide awake, O friend, unable to fall asleep. Is it that, like us, you have had your heart pierced to the core by the lotus eyed Lord's munificent, playful, smiling glances? Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that the transcendental madness, unmadha, of the queens filled them with such ecstasy that they saw their own mood reflected in everyone and everything else. Here, they point out to the Kurari bird, whom they take to be sorrowing over separation from Lord Krishna, that if the Lord actually had any concern that if the Lord actually had any concern for her or themselves, he would not be sleeping comfortably at that moment. They warn the Kurari not to expect Krishna to hear her lamentation and show some mercy. In case the Kurari might think that Krishna is sleeping with his queens, they deny this by saying that he is Gupta Bodha. His whereabouts are unknown to them. He is out in the world somewhere in this night, but they have no idea where to go looking for him. Ah, dear bird, they cry. Even though you are a simple creature, your heart has been deeply pierced, just like ours. You must have had some contact then with our Krishna. What keeps you from giving up your hopeless attachment to him? 16. Poor Chakravaki, even after closing your eyes, you continue to cry pitifully through the night of your unseen mate? Or is it that, like us, you have become as a servant of Achyuta and hanker to wear in your braided hair the garland he has blessed with the touch of his feet? That's it. Om Ajnanadmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Vancha Kalpataru Bheshya Kripa Sindhu Evacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. Welcome to all the devotees for today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. With the blessings of all the senior Vaishnavas here, I would like to share some reflections on this shloka for my own purification and glorification of the Lord. See, we heard this song of Edi Gaur Naheto. Based on that, Param Puj Jayapataka Swami Maharaj has written that song of Edi Prabhupada Nahoit. That means when you hear the song, we understand the importance of acharyas in our life. Because these topics which we are discussing, especially about this Madhurya Rasa, the conjugal love between Krishna and gopis and queens of Dwaraka, are very esoteric topics. And when we hear without proper attitude and proper like guidance, they may tend to give opposite effect. Our Param Guru, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to mention, if someone hears these descriptions of like conjugal love between Krishna and his servants, if somebody doesn't have proper guidance, it is like a orchestra in a crematorium. Like suppose the crematorium, all the deaths happen, people are burnt. Suppose somebody is playing orchestra, the music concert, then who dance for it? All the ghosts, hobgoblins, and all people who are, all the souls who are around. So they dance for it. So similarly, if we hear these pastimes without proper guidance, it is simply similar to that. All our anarthas and all lust, anger, greed, everything start dancing and feel that, okay, I also had some, lusty desires. And you see, Bhagavatam also is something similar, is mentioning. So this is very important in our life that, when we hear such pastimes, the guidance and the proper authority is very important. That's where Srila Prabhupada and our Acharyas repeatedly emphasized that without reading the first 9 cantos, no one should jump to the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So that is a very special, and I am myself very unqualified to speak on this subject matter. But as for my own rectification, so I would like to share some thoughts on what I heard from Parampara. As I said, so first we should be grateful to our Acharyas for giving such highest philosophy to a lowest people of the Kali Yuga. Because you see, every yuga, people try for perfection, like to going back to Godhead. It may be Vaikunta, Golaka, whatever. And then those who did not pass in the Satyuga, they will be put in which yuga? Next Treta Yuga. Okay, you did not get result. You did not pass in the Satyuga, you go to the next yuga. And there also somebody fails. Then come to the Dwapar Yuga. Then they fail there. So then who is remaining? The Kali Yuga Vasis. So that means we are all backbenchers. Basically, class may, they sit in the end, they are not bothered about teacher, they are in their own world. So we are backbench students. But if you want to make the backbench student pass, you have to give some grace marks. Otherwise, he will only get out of 35, he will only get 31, 30, 29, So some marks are required. So that's why Lord Chaitanya came, who is the most munificent incarnation, who gave us this, highest, conjugal love, and the pastimes, and how we can practice within our own, day-to-day life is we should be grateful to our acharyas for giving such highest philosophy to us. So, like yesterday, one devotee was asking after the Prabhu gave the class very nicely about how we should have a gratitude, everything. So one devotee was asking the speaker that, though we hear repeatedly, we hear practice, time and again with so many different ways. Like, to be frank, we drink liters of Charnamrut and we do so many thousands of rounds of japa and so many parikramas, n number of ekadashis. But why there is that particular that prema? Here in the purport it is mentioned about ecstasy. If you see the word, purport is mentioned ecstasy. So why we are not able to get that ecstasy all the time? Like Srila Prabhupada once, somebody told, you take some intoxicant, LSD or something, you will be out of this world. So then Srila Prabhupada said, if somebody does bhakti, he will always stay high forever. That was Prabhupada, this thing. Because if you take intoxicant, then for some time you will be feeling like some high or some kind of, out of body. But that will go down again. Though the best way to, if you want to really relish the bhakti life, is that, stay high forever. That means when you are practicing constantly, then we can remain like that. So that's why our acharyas have given our sadhana program to make sure that we are always in that mood of ecstasy. Because you see, Gita He says about Susukam Kartum Avyayam, or bhakti is the process of joyfully perform. But unfortunately, or sometimes we observe in the sadhaka life that there is a stage called plateau. Like if you see the mathematics, there is a graph which is like hyperbola. You see there is a, when you draw the hyperbola, there is a tangent. It doesn't grow. You don't even know that, when even it is growing, you don't even observe, because the graph is almost like a line, tangent line. So sometimes the sadhaka life also may get into this plateau stage and not able to come out of it. It is not able to grow, because so the bhakti lata bees, it has to grow and reach the spiritual world. It cannot just stay at one place and then stagnant. So I just when I was reading this purport, I was just thinking, what could be the reasons, whatever this our acharyas and this here queens of Dwarka are mentioning, they are feeling so ecstatic about Krishna, and they are understanding that they are feeling the separation of Krishna when Krishna was there. See, if you see Gopi Gita and other places like Brahmar Gita, Krishna was not there in that time, and they are feeling separation. The gopis are feeling separation, singing the songs of separation. But here you see Dwarka Vasis, here Krishna was just playing with them, and then suddenly they find they are feeling separation. So this is that's why the transcendental madness doesn't have logic. Normal we cannot put our logic. Arey, Krishna is there only. Why you are not able to? Why you are feeling separation? So, like the previous purport, it was explained in some extent. So this is the nature of love. And but what is our status now is different. Like we are on the other extreme. That our basic sadhana program itself is a great hurdle. Like so that's why we have to. I was just thinking, as I said, I was reflecting. One of the things we were missing, like in our life, to keep it always active, is that fundamentals. When we are strong in our fundamentals, and repeatedly day to day we are checking whether I am fundamentally strong, whether my bhaktika fundamentals are properly there, then only we can have this particular mood every day of always happily practicing Krishna consciousness. So what are these fundamentals? Like yesterday Prabhu mentioned some of them. So let us look into something, how we can get this state of ecstasy, or always joyfully performing. So every day we do, like first what we do in the morning is our Samsara Dava prayers, and then we chant Shikshashtakam prayers. So one of the aspects which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very much clearly emphasized about chanting of the holy names is the, which shloka? Trinadapi Sunichan. So we all know the shloka, there is no doubt. Like I think even the new person, after practicing 6 months, everybody can recite. And then, how we should chant? So our acharyas are telling very nice shlokas about what will happen when we chant. So what Rupa Goswami is saying is about when we chant, what should happen? Tunde Tandavani Ratim Vitanute Tundavali Labdaya Karna Krodha Kadambani Gatayate Karna Pude Pyasprasham Cheta Prangana Sangini Vijayate Sarvendriyanam Kritim No Jane Janita Kiyat Baryamrutai Krishneti Varnadvai. This particular shloka itself is so sweet, and what it is explaining, that I want millions of tongues and thousands of ears to hear the holy name and chant. So one devotee made a some kind of caricature. He says, I want 16 hands and 16 beadbacks so that I can complete all my 16 rounds in one shot. So this is also a extended version of, not extended, a opposite version of what acharyas are feeling. That if I have 16 rounds, I can chant 16 rounds at a time, And one more is about, in Padyavali, there is amazing shloka comes about this Harinam. Madhura Madhura Metan Mangalam Mangalana Sakala Nigama Valli Satpalam Chitsarupam Sakrita Parigitam Shraddaya Helayava Bhruguvarana Matram Tarayet Krishna Namam. This shloka is so sweet, like when we recite, it's like feel like really some like temporary ecstasy, that that meaning is so amazing that No, the name of Krishna is so sweet and is most auspicious also. It is sweet and auspicious. Like yesterday, Prabhu was mentioning, no? The enjoyment of Krishna is auspicious and to the whole world, not no, not only for that living entity, for the whole world. So similarly, this chanting of holy names is sweet and mangalam, mangalam mangalanam. But sakridapi parigitam shraddaya helayava. Shraddaya means with reverence, or helaya means not caring. You know what it is written here, that even if you chant or faithfully or negligently, whether you chant with shraddha or negligently, so it is amazing. So that's the status of holy name. That is the what we are given. See, sometimes we have to reflect. Every day we are chanting, but if we don't feel that something we are being gifted, then we feel it, take it lightly. Just like like our Vardhaman Acharyas many times explains that whatever we don't value, it will be taken away from us. So just like we say, no, like we are given human body, we use it for breaking four regulative principles. Next time you may not given human body because that is not the purpose of human body. So next time it will be changed. So because you are not properly utilizing whatever has been given. So this is our current condition, that we have been given the best everything of everything. But the point is that we are somehow got struck and then thinking that why we are not given that. So I used to hear very lot of lectures in that one point again and again repeatedly mentioned. A devotee is one who counts blessings in his life all the time. He always feels he is enveloped by some lot of blessings of devotees and the mercy of devotees. Because everything is mercy. That starting right from the beginning, when we get up in the association of Vaishnavas, and when we come in front of the Lord, and when we get his darshan, like all our pujas are very much lot of hard work they are doing to pleasant, have a pleasant darshan for all the devotees and please the Lord. So all these things we are getting, but we are not we are not feeling that much gratitude in us. So that's why when that gratitude is lacking, then what happens? Then our ecstasy will reduce because we take it for granted. And as I said, like one of the qualification of we want to taste the holy name, which is our what do you say, our blood, which is very important. Chanting holy name is that somebody having these four qualities which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is mentioning in his so many teachings, especially Sikshashtakam. Shishi Radharas Bihari Bhavan ki, Shishi Gaur Nitai ki, Sisi Sitaram Lakshmana Hanuman ki jai. So this, how to have these four qualities so that we are strong in our practice of sadhana. Otherwise, what happens? Again and again, we have opportunities in front of us, like, and then we miss it actually. We miss it and we are always searching, what happened? Why I'm not able to practice? We will look into the story of Vasudeva Brahman from South India, Vasudeva leper, also called. So we can, if you see this story, it's very interesting. Because when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he went for South India Yatra, he went to Kurma Kshetra. He went to the Kurma Brahman and there, he took prasadam and he was moving, he went ahead. Then after Mahaprabhu left, then the Vasudeva Brahman comes there. And he understood that Lord Chaitanya already left from there. And then he was not able to understand, what to do now. He was lamenting that, I missed the darshan of Lord Chaitanya. Then, because Lord Chaitanya is the Paramatma in the heart of everyone, so he understood and again he comes back to that place. He went already ahead, again he comes back. He comes back and then he meets the Vasudeva leper, and then the pastime. Lord embraces him and all his leprosy, everything is gone. He is like, perfectly fit and fine and very beautiful. Then you see what generally when somebody receives some mercy, the immature devotee feels lot of some pride, little bit. Okay, I have been received. Like I have got this mercy. There are so many people, but I got it. Or that is a normal tendency of immature devotee. But if you see this Vasudeva leper, instead of becoming happy or proud that Lord Chaitanya gave me mercy, he is concerned that he may become proud. So this is the opposite. Generally, if somebody is given such great mercy, like if you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said, whatever Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave his mercy in 2 years in South India Yatra, he is greater than what he did all the other pastimes in the entire other is this thing. So much mercy Mahaprabhu gave in his visit in South India. And one of them is this Vasudeva leper. He made like perfectly fit and fine. Then but what was his condition? He asked to feel if even the worm falls from his hand, he should pick it up and put it there. Because he was always feeling that is not his body. And just like he has a right to stay in his body, this worm also has a right to, take the blood and, be happy. So this is the level of what is Vasudeva leper. And then we see when Mahaprabhu gave this mercy, his entire consciousness changed. And he wanted, Mahaprabhu, please, I may become proud. Everybody will think that, I am such a great person. I don't want it. So normally what happens if in a normal consciousness, people feel, pray to Lord, please take away all my difficulties. But here, Vasudeva Brahman was feeling that the greater difficulty is not this external problem with the body, but if he becomes proud, then that can affect his Krishna consciousness. Then what did Mahaprabhu say? Anyone know? What is the solution he gave? Yeah, you always chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then the pride will not touch. So this thing amazing, they are interrelated. If you want to be humble and doesn't become proud, we should chant Hare Krishna. And when we chant Hare Krishna, what happens? Then again it reinforces that we become humble and we become tolerant and we can go ahead ecstatically in life. So this is the connection. So that's why the humility is a very bigger topic, and as I said, I am least qualified to speak on that. But if we don't reflect in our day-to-day whether I am really humble or am I expecting something from honor from devotees and people around us. So there is example, like suppose there is one devotee in Vrindavan. It is a story. So he went to his spiritual master and he asked, my dear Gurudev, I want Diksha from you. Can you, he was asking repeatedly, like again and again he was going and requesting Guru Maharaj, please give me Diksha, I want to be your servant. Then the Guru one day said, okay, I will give Diksha, but what is your qualification to take Diksha? That was the question asked by the Guru. Then he asked the to-be disciple, he said, Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, please tell me, what you want me to do? Then he says, I will give you 24 hours time. At least, even in Vrindavan, in the Vrajadham, you find at least one person who is lower than you. Or you feel that otherwise, you prove that you are better than at least one person in next 24 hours. And you come to me. I will give Diksha. No problem. Then disciple is happy. At least Guru Maharaj agreed that he will give Diksha. And he was walking out. From there he wanted to take a rickshaw to his home. So he called one rickshaw fellow and then he got inside and he was walking. He was going to his home. Just like when we go to Yatra, we catch the Toto to travel in the Yatra. So then what happened, you see, in that when he was going, he thought, let me take this rickshawala to my Guru Maharaj and tell that, he is driving rickshaw. I am sitting in the rickshaw. And then, I will pay money and, he's below me. He's not like I am better than him. But when he was about to reach home, he again thought about it. And he thought, if I have to, I may have 10-20 rupees money to give him, but I don't have rickshaw. So without him, I could not come so many kilometers to my home. So that means he is not, I am not better than him. I need his service to go there. Like that, there are so many things are happening. Like one more thing happened is that he went to purchase the vegetables, sabji. There also he found, so sabji people, I am giving money, they are bringing sabji. But after some time he reflects and feels, if they don't bring sabji, what will I eat? I have to go 20 kilometers far to get the, this thing. So I am there. I am not better than them. So I need them. So finally he could not find anyone in the whole day. Next day morning, he was attending nature call. Then he finds there is a worm in his stool. Then he finds, I think this is lower than me, because, this worm, no? Just worm. What is big deal about it? Then he thinks little bit and he finds, Arey, I am eating prasad. I am converting the prasad into stool. But this worm is able to make living on that. So this worm is better than me, because, I am doing the other way and it is, doing something else. So then he, with sad face, he goes to the spiritual master and he says, my dear Guru Maharaj, I could not find anyone in my whole 124 hours you gave that, somebody better than me. So then Guru becomes very happy and he says, this is your qualification to get Diksha. That if you want to be initiated, so we always find something good in others and something fault in us. That is it's not that we become inferiority complex. Again, the problem with this humility topic is that immediately people become, humble means I am inferior and somebody is superior. No, it's not inferiority complex. They are, if you see externally, they look same, inferiority complex and humility, but they are quite different actually. So, and one more point I just want to make here. Sometimes, okay, for Diksha, humility is a qualification. Okay, that person got Diksha. But after Diksha, can we give up humility? Because I am initiated now. Can we do it? Qualification is done. We got Diksha. So many times, sometimes the euphoria of Diksha is so high that after Diksha, whatever eagerness they had for service, everything is, throttled down. Rather, initiation means it's the beginning, initiation, the initial thing, what is happening. But somebody may take the initiation as a goal. And then, after I reached the goal, now I am lax. So that is not to be done. It's just now we started our journey. For millions of lifetimes we have been in material world and not performing bhakti properly or somewhat here and there. But now that we got this opportunity to be associated with Lord Chaitanya's succession, so we have to be very careful and take that opportunity very seriously. And now, so that what is this humility? Let us dwell on that. So somebody comes and gives service. You may say, I am not qualified. Probably I am not qualified. Please give it that person. Like we say the meaning of chanting. Oh, divine energy of Lord Hare, please engage him in your service. Right? We always say that, somebody is better than me. I am not qualified, Prabhuji. I don't know. Please give somebody else service. Actually, if you see truly, we can never become qualified for anything. Truly speaking. And is it that when we say this, is it some exaggeration? That when we say that I am not qualified for anything, is it exaggeration? No, it is not exaggeration. It is honesty. Why it is honesty? Because why it is honesty? Because the living entity with its own strength only do one thing. What it is? Yeah, it can only desire. But everything else is Krishna's mercy, right? If you like, I may take prasad, but digestion is whose responsibility? Krishna responsibility, right? And everything else, whatever is happening, our hand movement, leg movement, whatever we think of is Krishna's responsibility. So then why we are so eager to take credit? And if somebody doesn't give credit, why we become upset that, I did not get the credit. I am supposed to get it, but that devotee has taken, So this is the first and foremost important information in our life. When we are humble, then our expectation is very less. They say, the most dangerous one-letter word is I. When we are I, this word is there I. We want everything to be around, circulate around us, circle around us. That whatever my icha, aisa hona chahiye. Okay, now festival has to be made like this, or the yatra has to be like this, the travel has to be like this. Everything according to my desire, my expectations. So वो अपेक्षा का जिंदगी हम जीते हैं, then always will be frustrated only. Then we can never become a happy devotee. One does not have to become a great devotee, but surely one should try to become a happy devotee. So how you become a happy devotee? When we again practice the fundamentals. We see the example of our very great Acharya, Srila Sanatana Goswami. Who is he? He is our Sambandha Acharya, establishing the Sambandha. So once when he was in like Jagannath Puri, Lord Chaitanya sent someone to call Sanatana Goswami. Please come. Lord Chaitanya is calling. Then he comes so fast, and in the hot sun, it is in the middle of the day. And he comes, and then he asks, Mahaprabhu, I came, please tell me what is the service. Then he asks, how you came so fast? Then he says, I came in that sandy beach. If you go to the Juhu beach at 12 o'clock and you can walk on the sand, it's like, you have to do it once to understand what Sanatana Goswami is speaking actually. So it is so hot. And then Mahaprabhu asked him, how your legs must have got blistered, like so much. Then he says, no, Mahaprabhu, I just came in, that you called me, I just came in. I do not know that what happened to my legs. And then he asked, why did not come in the shady area near to the Puri temple? From there also you can come. Then he says, no, Mahaprabhu, actually there the pujaris of Jagannath, who are supposed to be very pure, externally, internally are going around. By mistake also, by accident also, I don't want to touch them and make them contaminated. That's why I did not take that path. But you called me, so that's why I came with such eagerness. Basically, he came so fast in that sandy beach. So similarly, if you see our life, when we have given the service opportunity, whether we have that service, that particular type of eagerness, or we do not have that eagerness. So that eagerness defines our spiritual advancement actually. The service may change, but that person is supposed to have service attitude. The service attitude is the life of the devotee. So just like we see the example of Lord Hanuman, you see he is one of the key character in the Lord Ramayana. But when the same person in the Kurukshetra war, what was the service he was doing? Anyone knows? He was sitting in the flag. And what he's supposed to do? He has to fight some Akshoni Sena. Just watch. Just sit and watch. Nothing, no service. Right? So this is a Hanuman, and we see the even contemporary example. If you see sometime the movie, there is a hero. But in the sometime that hero has to play the character of villain. Or the same hero has to play the, what is that called? Some guest character. He comes for 1 minute and then goes. Because he is following the director. That, whether I should be hero or I should be villain. Like you see the Bhishma Pitamaha, he was acting on kind of other side. You see Vritrasura also. So, see modern contemporary also we can see that based on the director interest, the actor acts. Sometime as a hero, sometime as the villain, sometime as just for 1 minute he comes and goes. And he is nowhere. The same way, this Hanuman, we can see that he had that amazing power to destroy entire Kaurava army. But what was the service given to him? Just sit and watch. Because now the service is given to Pandavas, Arjuna. They will do the needful. So similarly, if one is a devotee, then this consciousness has to be there. That sometimes we are given a great service or a big service. Sometimes we are given a small service. So sometimes we feel, this service, how can I do it? It is such a small service. I'm a big man. That again hinder our devotional consciousness actually. It is a roadblock actually. So, but if you see the great acharyas, how they are feeling is different. Recently we celebrated Tilobhava of Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. How their consciousness is there. When I heard that lecture on Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, it was so heart touching and inspiring that one time we all know the food habits of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. We don't know what he eats, when he eats, nothing. So with the type of lifestyle, he lost his eyesight in 1900 some age. He loses his eyesight. And then when Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur came to him and said, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is like a guru, no? So he said, I will send you to Kolkata, at that time Calcutta, that, along with my son, he will take you to the doctor, he will give all the medicines, you will get treated. As soon as Bhaktivinoda Thakur said this, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj started running from there. He was start running. Then behind him, our Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was running behind him. After some time, he is an old man, so he somehow catch him. Guru Maharaj, what happened? Why you are running? By that time he got initiated. Then he said, how can I take service from you? I don't want to take service from anyone. And from you are like, who is you are a son of Bhaktivinoda Thakur and you are such a great scholar of Vaishnavism. Normally we say, Are, khud ka disciple hai na? Ultimately his disciple. He may be whatever. But he says, no, I cannot accept this service from you. So that is the level of our acharyas, the example which they are setting. And you see the other acharya, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when he got initiated from Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, he said, I used to think that I am a great scholar, I am a Saraswati, I am having such amazing scholarship on so many aspects, subjects. But by my guru, how he got initiated? Anyone knows how he got initiated? So he takes after repeated efforts of Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj takes the dust of his lotus feet and puts him. After, when he says, I will jump in Ganga, that is the last time, he says, I want to commit suicide if you don't give initiation. He takes the dust of lotus feet and put it on his head. And then he says that, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, by touch of lotus dust of my Guru Maharaj, all my, all pride, recognition, Saraswati, everything is shattered to the pieces. He also, if you see his guru, he can't even write his own name. He is an illiterate person. But you see how acharyas are feeling. Our acharyas are like set such amazing standard for our sadhakas. If you just hear their life and they read their songs of prayers, then as I said, that plateau stage, we can overcome that plateau stage. And we can root our fundamentals, strongly. Like before coming to Krishna consciousness, I was studying at institute called Sri Chaitanya. From Sri Chaitanya, I could opportunity to come to Lord Chaitanya, So one of the teacher in the Sri Chaitanya used to tell me that the fundamentals should be our fingertips. The fingertips? Like there is a very famous word. The fundamentals of that subject, either it maths, physics, whatever, it should be on fingertips. So for a sadhaka also, our fundamental has to be on the fingertips. So that is the reason our sadhana program is made. That how these things can be fingertips actually. If they are not on the fingertips, then we may get tumbled and we may get some position, everything, and then we may distract and derail ourselves. So as I said, our acharyas are our best examples. They have given so many pastimes and lectures, songs for us to reflect and reinstate again and again on this platform of Trinadapi Sunichena. Then our cycle or our bhakti stage will be very nice. So now I want to discuss a little bit about this humility, like what I just mentioned. Humility is not like not doing things. I am not qualified, so I will not do. So humility means like you stand and sometimes you have to say, no, I will not do this. It is not about doing this thing or doing that thing. It is about our consciousness. Is it for self-promotion or is it for Krishna's service? So just example, suppose you are in a responsible position, there are so many 100 people are dependent on you, or 10 people, 20 people. and there is some injustice is happening. But if you don't, Arey, I am humble, so I will not raise my voice. I will keep quiet. Suppose the meeting is happening, I am humble, I will not speak. And because I am humble. No, that is not humility. That is what coward is. That is like big, like I am. They're the coward people. They are not strong. To be humble, one need to be strong. Can you imagine their look? They sound opposite. He is humble, but he is strong. He is not in victim consciousness. I am victimized. He is strong. That's why he is able to take shelter of somebody. So, that's why we have to reflect whether we are trying to escape services in the name of humility, or we are coming ahead. And what is real humility is we have to understand. It's not like some theory that I'm humble. He is humble, so he will not do services. But if your responsibility and something is happening, some people are getting affected, you have to stand up and speak in a Vaishnava way, in a non-violent way. What is the concern? What is happening there? And at the same time, some personal inconvenience comes, we should ready to tolerate. Like we go to Yatra in Kartik, there is so many, thousands of people come, there is inconvenience. Like, we're going, staying, So, but we may focus on the Yatra, the amount of association and so many holy places we are able to go, then we can come out of it. That is a personal inconvenience, and one should be humble and tolerate those. But if you are 100 people, let us say 100 people are going, something happens, then devotees are going, and some obstacle is there. I am humble, I will not speak. No, if you are responsible, you are Yatra in charge, or you are the bus in charge, you should come out and speak with the people. Not that I am humble, I will not speak, Prabhuji. So that's why it's a very dynamic thing actually. We should not think that, I can just, not do anything. So I think we just focus today on three, main aspects of how we can attain this stage of ecstasy or, happy devotee when we are strict to our fundamentals. Our fundamentals are every day we are reciting, we are keep reading, we are keep hearing. But if we don't learn to practice them, then we cannot come out of the plateau stage, what we are in. And we saw many examples of, how Vasudeva leper, he was feeling that, he's concerned more about, not being, honored. And sometimes the glorification may go to the head. Because we don't transfer the credit to our superiors and acharyas, we get into like doership mode. That will, actually that is a big hindrance to our bhakti. At the same time, a genuine devotee always feels that for me to practice bhakti, already everything is given. It's not that you have to given some position, post like that, XYZ, to practice. So one devotee told that I did not become president of this temple to make the vouchers, because I do accounting services. I will not make vouchers. I am a president. I will not do all these vouchers and everything. And then one devotee answered him very nicely. He said, yeah, you don't need to make vouchers if you are to practice bhakti, but you don't have to become president also, no? Like you can just, a humble devotee and, do whatever service is given and take prasad and be happy. So that means for our advancement in bhakti, everything is already given. Like Bhagavatam is given. Deity worship is, is there. And sabko mala hai na? ऐसा नहीं कि you have to fight for, there is one mala, everybody has to fight and for chanting के लिए. Everybody has their own mala, right? So whatever is there for advancement bhakti is already given. There's nothing like that you need something else to practice. Then you become I need that so that I can become a great devotee or a good devotee. So with this, I want to pause the class. So we'll end, and if somebody has comments, because I think some other sessions are also there. So devotees can give comment. Karandraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Tagore Prem.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
In this pastime of Vasudeva Vipra, Mahaprabhu, he was afraid that he would become proud because of his beauty. Then Mahaprabhu advised him the same instruction he had given to Kurma Brahmana, that you always chant Hare Krishna and then preach the Yare Dekho Tare Kaho Krishna Upadesh. In our movement, there are so many devotees who have been doing this, chanting and then preaching in a big way and making so many disciples, followers, why still they fall down? Because Mahaprabhu gave an assurance that if you chant Hare Krishna and then preach, you will not fall down. But in ISKCON, big preachers fell down. Why such an occurrence? What is the fault? What must be the fault?
It's a big question, but I'll just share my understanding. Actually, the deviation is very small in the beginning. Just like because I keep traveling, when the flight is landing, so there is only this much. I think runway will be this much. Like when they have to land, this much big road. Even if 1 degree deviation they start taking when they are landing, so they may land in some field, like our Ahmedabad flight landed somewhere. So like that, so the deviation is very small, we don't even recognize. So that's why like our Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur advised us that every Ekadashi we reflect on our own progress, whether I am sticking to these fundamentals, am I missing something? As these followers are, some glorification is going to my head. Or, is it my designation is becoming more important than my own service attitude? Or is it something, some anartha is taking the seat other than Krishna's, pleasing Krishna and, devotees. So that check and balance generally miss. And when you go more number of years in bhakti, it is very unfortunate that, no one will come and tell you that Prabhuji, you are going, away. Like very famous example of Bharat Maharaj. When he was with the deer, there is no one to tell that, Bharat Prabhu, you are getting deviated, it's not correct, you should not take association of this deer so much. You should practice bhakti. So I feel that, when we should give that liberty to our devotees to correct us when we are going wrong. Otherwise, when the deviation, when it happened, and it become very difficult. That if you see that fighter planes, they can take any deviation faster because they have different dynamics. But normal passenger flights, they can't. They are not so malleable in that. What is it called? Maneuvering. The maneuvering is not easy. If you are deviated, then it's very difficult for them to again come back to the normal state. So I feel that we have some devotees who can correct us, and we give them that liberty to correct us and share our difficulties with them, then we may be protected. That is my. But when we become lonely in the association of devotees, the devotees are there around me, but I am lonely. Because no one is there to correct me or guide me or share my concerns, then that devotee find difficulty in long run. Sorry, if you can add. I don't know. This is what answer.
Yeah, it's correct. Actually, my feeling is that when somebody becomes very big, like you are saying, you become so lonely. Once Sarvam Prabhu was saying that if somebody is afraid to meet you, to come and meet you, that means some problem is with you. So when on the top, everybody is afraid to even utter a word that, Prabhu, you're, because he may become angry or he may in a good position and then he will throw you out or
Change the temple. Change the temple.
So sometimes, devotees, out of goodwill also, they may see a devotee sinking, but from outside they make commentary. Something is happening, but nobody there comes to dare. So my feeling is that don't become so big that nobody can approach you and tell. There is.
That's why we're getting the shika. People can catch your shika and pull us. Like Mahaprabhu pulled his associate that when he was going in that way. Anyone, any comments?
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. So, what we can do to keep these fundamentals on the fingertips? Because largely what happens is when the situation comes, we just do the natural way what we are actually. So how to keep these things on the fingertips?
Personally, I feel that the one of the, like, there are so many solutions. You are an amazing preacher. I heard of so much about you, but I am not nowhere near to you. But I feel that the best way is that to keep any water like pure is that it should be under sunlight and it should be flowing. If you have stagnant water, it's very difficult to keep it pure. But in the flowing river, you can keep it this thing. So same way we keep discussing the Krishna Katha, which is like a flowing river and ocean. So, and if you can center our majority of discussions among fundamentals, then maybe that will give a more reminder, and devotees can share with each other. Like Bodhayanta Parasparam, Krishna says in Gita, that if we can try to emulate this habit of discussion with devotees, instead of discussing some XYZ topics, अरे कौन पॉलिटिक्स कर रहा है, कौन ये कर रहा है, वो कर रहा है, कौन का पतन हो गया है, ये बहुत सारा, so many topics come, social media is so many topics. But the point is that if we can take out time to do this exercise, I feel there is a hope that we can be rooted in fundamentals and we keep them in fingertips, that how we can this thing. This is just one solution, I feel. Thank you.
Thank you very much, because as you started answering, I was thinking that you yourself actually, because immediately you said that I am no one, you are amazing preacher.
Yeah, I'm correct. I'm saying correct.
So thank you. You are living yourself what you are preaching.
Hare Krishna.
But this answer also I liked very much, Guruji, that by repeated discussions on these themes of fundamentals, I was thinking that even Srila Prabhupada also, if we see large part of his Vani, he was focused on this only, strengthening the fundamentals. And you are also doing nicely. Thank you.
I am far from it, but your prayers can help me. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण। हाँ,
हरे कृष्ण।
ठीक है। हाँ, तो माया उन भक्तों पर अटैक करती है जो कुछ कार्यशील है, जो प्रचार कार्य में लगे हुए हैं। जो साइलेंट में है उन पर अटैक नहीं करते हैं, क्योंकि वो सोचते इसका अटैक करने से हमारा नाम तो बढ़ेगा ही नहीं। है ना? तो इसमें पॉजिटिव बात यह है कि कुछ साधना करने के बाद अगर व्यक्ति पतित होते हैं तो प्रभु की कृपा से वो स्वर्गलोक जाते हैं, और बाद में वहाँ से जब पतन होता है तो सदाचारी और श्रीमंत परिवार में उनका जन्म होता है, और वहाँ से भक्ति वापस शुरू होती है। और जो दीर्घ समय तक जिसका प्रयास हुआ है, बाद में पतन हुआ, तो वो व्यक्ति जो है डायरेक्ट किसी वैष्णव परिवार में जन्म होता है और आगे चल के भक्ति चालू रहती है। अंततः गौतमा वो प्रभु को प्राप्त ही करते हैं। यही विशेष बात है। इसलिए भक्त लोगों को हमेशा धैर्य रखने की आवश्यकता है। जो भी है हम प्रभु के प्रति समर्पित रहे तो हमारा जीवन सफल होगा।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. If anyone has more questions, they can ask in person. Hare Krishna.